You got your 6-month plan or your 6-month thing that you're going to do?
Yeah, I just did it.
If you could very clearly say, all right, in 6 months, if I were to say in 1 to 2 sentences, what would be the result? You want it to be 1 to 2 sentences long. An example of this might be, in 6 months, I'm generating $45,000 a month and I have 160 students. Right? That's a very simple one. Or in 6 months, I'm no longer in the day-to-day and my school is running on autopilot, generating $75,000 a month. 1 to 2 sentences max. Go ahead and fill that out for me. What does that look like? And I know we're saying in 6 months, but I actually want you to put a real deadline. What's the date to get that result? So look on your phone, look at the calendar, pick a date, 6 months from now. It's March right now, so 6 months moving forward is going to put us, if you want to say April, that's 4 and 6. That'd be 10/31 if you wanted Halloween, but are you really going to get this done by Halloween? Like when are you, like, what is the actual date? But somewhere around that 6-month mark. If you do hit your goal, if these 1 or 2 sentences are actually true, what's your reward? I'm going to be honest with y'all, I really struggle with this one when I'm doing it for myself because I'm not like motivated by this necessarily. Where it's just like, oh, I'm going to go out and I'm going to be like, I'm going to go to a spa day, or I'm going to go buy jewelry, or I'm going to go, I figured this out recently. I really don't enjoy shopping. Like, I just don't. It's not my thing. I don't enjoy shopping. It's not my thing. A reward for me is like, let's go experience something that I wouldn't normally do. So that's going to be my reward. So I'm going to put that down. Whatever motivates you, maybe it's like you and your family going out of town for a trip or doing something that's like, yes, we did it. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It just has to be, yes, I did it. I accomplished it. The best type of consequences are the ones that actually get us closer to achieving the reward. We try to tell parents this all the time. Like, what happens if a kid's not doing well in school? Do you want them to pull him out of karate? No. Parents do, though, don't they? They're like, he's doing bad in school, I'm pulling him out. And you're like, why would you do that? He's not going to be getting the focus, discipline, confidence, and respect he needs to succeed. Okay, so I don't want you to come up with some type of arbitrary consequence that has nothing to do with your actual goal. Don't be like, oh, well, I was in a mastermind group where this was a little bit different. They go the opposite way. I'm thinking about it different of how I would do it. They're like, some people are saying, oh, I'm going to do an ice bath every day for like a week if I don't hit my goal. But that doesn't actually, like, maybe that's motivating because it's something like you don't want to do yourself personally. But for me, what would be way more motivating is, let's say if I didn't hit the goal of the new students, then instead of having my team dial the leads, I'm going to dial the leads. That would suck. Because I haven't dialed leads in a really long time, but I'm not so far beneath it that if I didn't hit my goal that I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And also, I would set appointments, and also it would help me make up the thing that I missed. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's like, instead of, like, for maybe Mr. Taylor, instead of just his instructors doing 2 a week, maybe for him is if he doesn't hit his goal, he's going to add extra for himself to make more content. Because he's going to make him hit it, right? But I'm giving an example. Like, if we don't hit our goal, then maybe it's not going to just be on my team. I'm going to do extra to still make up for it. Okay, this is like your public declaration sentence. You want to keep this really tight, 1 to 2 sentences. How is this different than my result? Because it ties in your reward and your consequence and your deadline. So maybe it might be more than 1 to 2 sentences, maybe 3 or 4. So if you had to sum it up, you were going to say, so a family member asks you, what did you get accomplished this weekend at the boardroom mastermind? You're going to say, well, I set a goal to achieve this by this, and if I do, I get this. If I don't, I have to do that. That would be like your public declaration, right? But more importantly, it's who you're going to tell this to. For example, if you go and it's like one of your rewards is we're going to go spend the weekend at Disney if we hit this by the end of October. Well, if you tell some of your friends, your adult friends this, oh, that's cool. If you tell your kid, so who is going to be that external motivator for you that's going to be like, you wouldn't want to disappoint them, right? So you need to have what's your public declaration? Who are you going to do this with? And then what I want you to do is just sign it, make it real. Something about putting your signature or something, especially when it's on a blank sheet of paper with a date like the axe throwing last night. No, don't make this a blank sheet of paper. That was the wildest thing.
That was weird.
There were no release forms of axe throwing last night for context. They just were like, hey, sign your name on this paper. And we're like, what's on the paper? Other names with a date. But sign it. Make your declaration at the bottom of this page. This is for you. I'm declaring this for myself. I'm going to do it.